That's right, it's me, Scryptar. How you doing, folks? I'm doing great. We're back with Hearts of Iron 4 modded China. And as you can see, the Spanish Civil War is just broken out. I guess the nationalists are winning pretty much as always. We have historical AI focus on. Soviets sent some troops, Germany sent some troops. It's the usual stuff going on. We're all the way over here on the other side of the world. Not bothering with anybody but ourselves, currently preparing to defend against what will inevitably happen, which is Japan attacking us, and we will try to expand ourselves. Let's start the game. So we're currently working on getting our infrastructure set up, because we do need to have 35 factories to advance in our national focus tree to get towards fascism, where we want to be. There's not much happening anywhere else in the world. Some troops moving around. Yeah. We have some army experience, so I guess now is a good time to redesign our templates. Let's pause the game once we get the next English much? The next national focus, and then redesign some troops here. We do have enough manpower, and we should have a fair amount of equipment to do so. And we do need more troops. Better troops. Working on getting artillery. And that. So now the big question, do we want to go concentrated industry or dispersed industry? Now, if you look at the difference, factory output plus 20, max factories in a state plus 20. You get the max factories in a state plus 20 here as well. Factory output is only half, but you do get 10% efficiency retention and 10% bomb vulnerability decrease. That goes on. Every single one. So once we're done, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% efficiency retention. And we can get this one, which is another efficiency retention of 50%. That's 100% efficiency retention, if my math is correct and Paradox doesn't do a weird thing, adding this 50 first and adding this 50 on the total output of that, which would give us, I don't know, 87 in the end or something like that. So that would mean we can switch whatever we want, and we are full output always. That would be quite nice, but then again, how much do we actually switch? Once we have the best weapons, we're going to produce them, and that's it. Production efficiency growth, well, once we add a new line, let's say we have 3 tank lines and we want to have 10 to prepare for the next big war, this will get up to speed faster. So what would happen easier? Is it more that we would have to switch production, or is it more that we would have to add production? And I think it's more likely we have to add production, because we're going to build factories, and as soon as we have more factories than we're actually using up, we're going to have to add a new line. So this is what we're going to go for, I guess. But then these 50% really don't make that much of a difference, I think, because yeah, it's 50%, it's definitely good. But it's 50%, it's not the 100%. It's only half the deal. If we go down here, and we up the output, this is 100% on top. We double the amount of factories in the state, which we do here as well, that doesn't count, but we get 100% output. Here we get 50% output. But then we get 50% bomb vulnerability. I'm not really sure which one is better. I don't think we're going to use it that much. Once we actually arrive in 43, we have so many technologies researched that there's not much to switch around anymore. So efficiency retention isn't really that much of a deal. It's more that. Efficiency growth. You know, get up to speed faster. So if it's not that much of a deal, all of this is not much of a deal. But then again, we get these tags in the early stages of the game, 37, 39, so in the early beginnings, this might be good. It's just you can't switch over afterwards. You know, once the factories are built, they're built. If the total output is higher, that basically is the same as more efficiency retention, right? Because it says factory output, not max factory output. So it doesn't up the cap, it ups the actual output. And if we get twice as much output, but we have a lower efficiency retention, so we drop down to I don't know, 50% output when we switch. And then we get 20% back on top. That's nearly as good as that down here. I'm gonna go with that. Might be wrong, might be totally wrong there. I'm still gonna go with that. 111 days towards towed artillery. And then we're gonna start producing those as well. We need more factories, a lot more, fast. Where are we? More days. External pressure from the Soviet Union for the end of the hostilities between us and the Chinese Red Army has led to people in our ranks taking matters into their own hands. So we could either establish a united front and say, you know what? Screw you. Since we're going fascist, we don't really care about the communists. Or we could do that. It just doesn't tell me what we get out of it. So I'm going to go this route. Say, no. I guess if we go and say, no, we're not going to go into peace talks with our own army, then we get just more of those events. Where they might take over states or have a border war or whatever. So now we lost a lot of political powers. We haven't really done anything with our government. Well, we don't have a choice. Don't have more factories than 40. We're struggling with having those 30. Or was it 35? 35 even. Down here is 30. Could just go over here and say, you know what? Screw the whole thing. We're just gonna do our own thing. What this does for you is it gives you an extra research slot. I mean, we get one here, so we have two. This will give us the third one. Over here is 4 and 5. Is that number 6? Can we actually have 6? Or does it just mean we get 3, the fourth one earlier than we could? Because for this, we need to have one of these trees completed, right? Out of 4. Which one is not included in there? That's in, that. Oh yeah, there's no line here. Alright. So going down here, we don't... Well, it doesn't give us anything towards that end goal down there. But we have to do it to get this. And then we have to do another one to get this. Over here, we just go down, well, 1, 2, 3 to get that one. And that requires one of the following. So if we have that, it's that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To have 2. Alright. Infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. Factory. 2 military factory. 4 military factory. Awesome. I'm gonna take that. And a civilian factory. We're 26. That brings us to 4, 5, 31. Almost there. And the next one, 2, 4, 6, 9. That gives us immediately what we want. Completion time 105 days. This is not a 70-day goal. Oh, that is interesting. We'll take that. That will give us the 35 we need, and then we can start with the rest. Also, it will give us a lot of factories. Let's just have a quick look again. Start the game, you can run in the background. That's all military factories. Awesome, 9 military factories. So, when that is done in 100 days, this is also done, and we can immediately go to work on towed artillery. And up support equipment a little more. Perfect. Also, forgot that. The sooner you do that, the better, because, you know, it needs to go up to cap again. That's not too bad. Doing 17 a day. As soon as your need is filled, it doesn't show you how much you would need to actually do all the upgrades. Can we see that here? No, it just tells you this is how much we need. But doesn't tell you how long it will take. That's a pity, really. We have a new factory. No, I want to put you down here. That downs our efficiency again because we added a new factory. This factory doesn't know what to do. Yeah, we need that fairly soon. Once artillery is done, which will be a support company, we need support equipment for that. We will also go into engineers, I believe, to get the entrenchment bonus up here. And everywhere else. So, should we now just immediately go for plus 10% on that? I think it's a good idea, but it's 165 days. This is 220 days. But it will give us the entrenchment of 5. And entrenchment is good, as long as we don't attack. It makes it harder for them to attack us, and we're already well dug in there. Don't need this, we don't have any tanks or motorized, so we don't really need engineers for reliability. Military police? As long as we don't have any wars, we don't need to suppress anyone? No. Recon company? Yeah, gives us more intel on the enemy, I think. Yeah, that's definitely good. Not even talking about these, because we need motorized for that first. Don't want to do that yet, we don't have the oil, we don't have the rubber and all of that. So. No, entrenchment is way more worth than intel, for the moment. So we're gonna go with that. Now, let's get to work on this. And we're going to take you. And we're going to duplicate that, because there's already a lot of stuff in here. And we're going to make you the line infantry. That way. Gonna add the support artillery. So that does need infantry equipment, artillery. No support in here yet. That will come as soon as we add the, engineers. I have a combat width of 12. I'd like to have some more, please. 16, can we actually add... We could do that. Straight away, but we don't have tanks, so we're not gonna do that. What does that give us? A lot of defense. Movement malus I don't care about. It's not a blitzkrieg. Not for China. Soft attack. 10 defense is good. This gives 23 defense and 6 soft attack. That's way more soft attack. But it's a weird number. We get to combat with 19 here, because this is 3? Combat with plus 3, yeah. We do want to stay below, well, at or close to 20. Definitely below. Soft attack 18. If we take these out, our troops faster. Currently 4. Still 4. Now they move at the same speed. At the moment. We will redesign this later into mechanized and tanks, and then artillery is not a good idea. It's 18. That gives us plus 2, so 1 more. Like that. Yeah, that's exactly what it says. It's infantry. There you go. Now, what we're gonna do is try to redesign some of our troops. Down here I don't really worry too much. Where do we have the most? 24 of these, 28 of those. These have 6 infantry divisions. No, not divisions. Units? Yeah, let's say units. 6 infantry units in them, these have 4. Let's add unit, right? It should say in there. Just not click to add a unit, so you know what military terms you're talking about here. So if we up these, we have to put in a lot of more troops. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. More than we already have in there. We do have the manpower, not a problem. Of course, we do need the infantry equipment. That's 1,000. We have 8,000. We can do 8 of them. And that's pretty much it. We do want to have them up here. But I think it's a good idea to start up here. Let's control right click. Or just select this guy. Also, since we're doing this, you need a different icon. Line infantry is gonna be... I don't know. Oh, I can't scroll. That's perfect. See, if you have the added icons and you have this UI modifying mod, then you can't get the ones down here. Which is pretty much all of the tanks except for those up here. That's incompatible. Alright. As you go. That's our line infantry. We're gonna modify that further to include tanks and all of that as soon as we get there. Actually, we can do that just now. Remove. Do that. So I want to take that out. I don't know. That should give us way more breakthrough. Lot less defense, of course, but also more hard attack and, most important thing, armor. And piercing. Let's do that. I think that should be fine. It's only 18 combat width. Could add one more infantry here, without a problem. Okay, let's try that. Duplicate. Light tank infantry. Like that. That was easier than all the clicking before. You're gonna get a different icon. In here you actually can choose. That's perfect. Don't scroll down too far. There's icons I'm not allowed to show you since I'm in Germany. Well, you know all of that. Can't take them out individually, otherwise I would. Although I like that those are historical German icons. I do like that fact, just because, you know, historical accuracy. I'm a fan of that. So, tank-assisted infantry, there is an icon for that. That, for example. For tanks, for real tank battalions like the mechanized ones, we just take, I don't know, all these. That's the British and Russian tanks, it seems. But we have the German tanks down here. That's definitely German tank destroyer of sorts. British infantry. Interesting. That's British. I scrolled down too far. That's the British Africa Corps there. Oh, this is interesting. The German military hat. Oh, I like that. Haven't seen that before. I'll do that. And we can't do any of the motorized mechanized because we haven't researched it yet. So, these two are the main ones we are going to have eventually. Alright. Who of you are we going to transform? Technically, I do want the cavalry English much to be in a different army. You don't need entrenchment, you don't need any of this. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, no commander, why would you? So, you. There's experienced troops here. This experience helps in fighting, 25% modifier. If I redesign them, they will lose a lot of that and become these guys, no modifier. So I just take the green ones and modify those. They can't fall down any further. Makes more sense. They already have a malus there, so it's you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch line infantry. Working on that. We don't have that yet. Well, it's still more manpower, so it's fine. Since there's already infantry equipment in there, we can do some more. So let's add some. Let's do this. Oh, perfect. Have some in reserve. Now, also, I do want you to train. I do not really want to train those troops that can't train anymore. So let's take all of you. We have to do it the other way around. I'll show you what I was going to do here in a second, and then you understand what I mean. I'll take all of you and make you a new army. Right there. And we're going to set you to training. That will use up some equipment. Now, this keeps the front line intact and the attack plan and all of that, and the divisions stationed here, which is good. Once these are trained, I'm just gonna go right-click this army and merge them back. If I had done it the other way around and taken out these guys into a new army, these would be stationed at the front, trying to train. And once they were done, I would have moved these guys back and they would have been in that new army, which means all these front lines would have become obsolete and vanished. I would have to do that again. Don't want that. Yeah, not for you. You are gonna be positioned right here. And yeah, take that as well. Doesn't matter. Actually, yeah, that as well. Go over there and train. So that's done. Continue. So we do want artillery now. We're gonna get some military factories very, very soon. There you go. 9 of them. Why is it still 27 then? I just got 9. Do I have to? Yeah, stop. Just have to advance by an hour. There you go. I'm gonna do this right now. And now that we have those factories, this is filled. Perfect. We have 7 more. Well, let's put it up there. We could get the fighter production back up and running. We're already out of supplies as it is. Tungsten and steel. Well, guess we need to go down there fairly soon. You are non-aligned. That's good. So you won't join any kind of faction if we go down there. Can't do that yet. So currently we have to just deal with this. Guangxi, neighbor. You're not importing, exporting anything? Alright. Well, Soviets. It is. Why not? Exploit them as much as we can. There you go. So what's next on the list? Once we got that, industry rehabilitation. That cancels out the malus we have on the construction speed, which is good. Bureau of Investigation and Statistics. That's the Chinese FBI. Change in popularity. Alright. And then a change in power. We need to go down this route if we want to get a war started. And the Hindenburg is down. Why does this not show me where? Oh, Japan. So they are working on their national focus. Chinese border incident. Yeah. And that leads to that. Or that. Either way, it's a war goal against us. Is there anybody who likes us? No. That's bad. It's just Japan, and they don't. That's good. To persuade Hitler to stand on our side in the obviously imminent war with Japan, we sent out Wang to Berlin. To negotiate with the Nazis, we promised that we would join as an ally in any future German war. In return, will Germany accept our offer? Yep, that's that. It's interesting that it doesn't say that. A reliable and strong ally in Asia. So yeah, we did tell them we might join. Just doesn't say it specifically, but that's where this is leading to. Interestingly enough, it still leads to can create faction Asian Union. So we can still found our own. There you go. Don't have to join the Axis if we don't want to. It might become an issue with these guys then. I'd love to show that flag. They did accept, whatever that means. So what else is happening? Oh, she actually managed it this time. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. Usually she goes missing, but yeah, it's good. How are you looking? Still training. Training good. What am I going to do with you guys? I have no idea. You know what? I'll give you a border down here. And have you go there. Through that victory point. That's 5. That's 1. That's 3. And that's 10. How many do we need? 85. That's pretty much all of them, so we need to go through there. There's nothing we can do. Alright. So just for the moment. That leaves 13 divisions here. 15 there. That's not enough. We did concentrated industry, right? That's done. We can do the next one straight away. I think we should up the efficiency cap. This will help us. Yes, we do get more output. Max factories in the state. We can build more factories. Definitely good. This will up our efficiency cap, so we can get higher in all the factories we have. Now, what is better? 20% more output or higher efficiency cap? Not sure. Construction speed. We are constructing currently. I think we shouldn't just jump through here, but then on the other hand, it's July. It's 90 days. Getting this fast is better than, you know, spending whatever that is, 120? Yeah, 120. It's also 120, although it's reduced in time. So it's usually 240. Alright. This makes more sense, spending the 50%, well, we do have to spend it right now. So spending the 50% here, where it usually takes 240 days, will give us 120%, 120 days saved. This takes 90 days, so it's usually 180, so we save 90 days. That's 30 days more. Same over here. I'm gonna go with that. More output. Just flat out, give me more. Right, this is coming along nicely. Let's go further. What are we looking at? Total artillery is coming up to speed soon. Alright, now this is gonna be interesting. This is Beijing. Hebei, Shandong. We would give Japan these 3 provinces, which is our main military might. As you have seen, the most factories are up here. And we avoid a war, maybe. They still have their puppet focus and all of that. Right? Okay. There is no bypass of this one. Or here. So regardless of what we decide, they still go ahead in their attack tree and can do this. So why would we give them territory freely if the next thing they do is either puppet us or go to war with us? I'm not gonna do that. We gain the national unity, I take that. And prepare for war. And there's troops amassing up here. Quite a number of them. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 11, 14, 15. That's the 15 divisions we have. Or I could have just done that, I believe. Oh, there's more coming. There's a lot more coming. So, you guys, stop doing whatever you're doing. I'm not gonna get this done. %85 progress, we make less than 1 per day. So that's like 30 days we have to do. This is not going to take 30 days necessarily. We have you join that army straight away. There you go, 39 divisions. And I might get these guys back up here to do some quick movements into enemy territory, because, you know, they're cav, they are pretty fast. 4.4, well, our infantry is 4, right? It's not that much of a difference. think I'm gonna just leave them out of that war. Alright, well, getting there, getting close. That's it for today, folks. If you like the video, subscribe for more, leave a comment if you feel like it. And don't forget to enjoy yourselves. See you soon.